Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about lash extensions. Now, I did a video probably, I think it was last year, on how to apply cluster lashes, and I got a lot of questions off of those. But I've kind of taught myself how to do the individual lashes and how to make them last for 3 to 4 weeks. So I'm going to run you through what I do, just a few little disclaimers. I'm not a professional. You're going to do this at your own risk if you decide to try this. I'm going to try to be as in-depth and in detail as I can. Just make sure that you're extremely careful when doing this. Again, I am not a professional. I am just letting you guys know what I do because I just get a lot of questions, and so here it is. So I'm going to run you through this. Right now on this eye, I do not have any eyelash extensions in. On this side, I have eyelash extensions in, if you can see. Now this is actually my more natural version of my eyelash extensions. You can take what I'm doing and you can layer them and take them to the next level. But I'm just going to show you my natural way, or my natural look, of how to do these eyelash extensions. So I hope you guys enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you like it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below. I will be more than happy to answer them for you. So let's get into it. Okay guys, to get started, you're going to want to take some Q-tips and you're going to want to clean your lashes. Make sure there's no mascara. Don't use anything oil-based, and make sure that they're nice and clean. Next, you're going to get your eyelash curlers. You're going to curl your lashes so you're able to see all of them. Then you're going to grab a spoolie and you're going to comb through your lashes. Make sure that they're nice and even. If some of them are out of place, you can take a hair dryer, maybe heat up a curler, however you do it. Next, we're going to take some glue. I will link this below. That's some heavy-duty professional glue and some individual lashes. You're also going to want some pointed tip scissors, or not scissors, tweezers, because these are the easiest ones to really get precise with. So now I'm going to take my glue, I'm going to shake it up, and I'm going to apply 1 drop to my palette. Just 1 drop, that's all you need. So the lashes in your kit should come out in little strips, and you're going to want to put it on the back of your hand. So if you are left-handed like me, you're going to want to put it on your right hand, and vice versa if you are right-handed. That way you are able to get each lash off individually. So now I'm going to take my tweezers and I'm going to just take the lash at the very end and I'm going to grab it at the tip. From here, I'm going to lay it kind of like the end kind of flat in the glue. You don't want to like drop it straight in. You want to kind of like make sure the glue is on the side where it would adhere to the back side of your natural lashes. So not very much at all. Here I'm going over the top of my lashes and I am going downwards on top of my natural lashes. Also make sure that you have a really nice, big, bright, magnified mirror so you can see where your lashes are. Sometimes they're a little hard to see. Here I am, just dipping the lash in the glue, a very, very, very small amount. This stuff is very potent, you guys. If you have sensitive eyes, I do not recommend this at all for sensitive eyes. And I know that I get out of frame here for the first few tries. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize I was out of frame. I promise that gets fixed a little bit later on in the video. But what I'm doing is I'm applying it to my natural lash, and then I'm slightly pushing down with my finger just to make sure that it adheres. So I am using black glue. Some people like to use clear glue, but I find that the clear glue tends to like get a white cast after a day or two. I don't really know why, but I like to use the black glue for that reason. So I'm looking straight in my mirror and I'm putting the lash, I'm going over the tips of my lashes and down. And if your lash ends up crooked, just take your little spoolie and straighten it out really quick. This glue does dry pretty fast. It is professional strength. Again, just going over the top of the lash and adhering to my natural lash and pushing down very gently with my finger. So now I realize I'm out of frame and I moved better into frame for you guys. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking the 11mm lashes and I'm kind of building a base all the way across my eye, and then later on we'll go back in with 10mm and then some 8mm towards the inner corner and then as fillers in between the lashes. If you want your lashes to be longer on the ends, you can use a 12 or 14mm. These are C curve lashes, so there's different types of curves for lashes. A J curve is going to have more of a curl at the end. A C is going to, curl like a C. And then you have, different shapes of lashes. I use a C. Most people use a C. So yeah. Again, taking the lash, putting it in the lash glue. You see how little I use. You don't want to use very much. I promise I get back in frame, I promise. I'm going over the top of my lashes and laying it flat. Now if it gets crooked, that's okay. You can straighten it out with your tweezers or your finger or even the little spoolie. I find the spoolie to be the easiest. Okay, so now I'm actually in frame for you guys. This is a lot harder than you think to film. So the first time that you're putting on lashes, you probably want to allot probably about an hour and a half to do these. They will last a good, 2 to 3, maybe even 4 weeks. So you get a long time out of them, and then you don't even really have to continually redo them. Like as your natural lashes begin to fall off, you can just go in and just add in a few extras as you need them. So here I am, I'm just taking the spoolie, making sure that it is nice and straight. Again, making sure that it's adhering to my entire lash. You do not want to get this stuff on your skin. You do not want to get this stuff in your eyes. This is very potent stuff. And sometimes the lash will give you a little bit of problem and you can't grab it. I do grab it, I want to say the kind of the tip, but not the exact tip. So maybe about, I would say probably about 1/6 of the way down the lash. Just applying to the top and pushing down slightly to make sure that it adheres to my lash. And I just realized that I had one little lash that was hanging down. I promise I fixed it a little bit later. Not a big deal.
So now I'm going to, let's see, am I going in with my 10 millimeter yet? Yes, I'm going in with my 10 millimeter. And what I'm going to do is I am going to kind of fill that in between the spaces where I left between the little bit longer lashes. So also make sure that the sticky tape on the back of the lashes is completely adhered to the back of your hand, or it might come up a little bit when you're trying to pull the lashes off. But here I'm just kind of filling in between. And then a little bit later I'm going to take the 8 millimeter and I'm going to put them towards the inner corner of my eye and do a little bit more filling in. If you want a more dramatic look, you can layer these. Just be very careful with the amount of glue that you use, because it will become very uncomfortable if you layer too much glue. You should not be able to fill the glue at all. You should be able to run your fingers underneath your lashes, and you should not be able to fill the glue at all. So just make sure you're cautious of that. I mean, I've done it to where I've put 12 to 14 millimeter on the outer corners. I've added the 11 millimeter, more of them throughout. It's really up to you, but I'm just showing you guys the technique behind it. So our lashes are starting to look a bit fuller, but we're going to keep going. Just applying those filler lashes in between. We don't want a whole bunch of spaces in between our longer lashes. Makes it look more natural as well. So when the glue starts to dry down, sorry, that was a fuzz, you can take your spoolie and you can actually start running the spoolie through your lashes. So before I go in with my 8 millimeter lash, I'm just making sure that everything is nice and straight and is sticking. You might have one or two that fall out. It's okay. You'd rather them fall out now than later. But they are pretty stuck onto your eyelashes. That one was just one that was stuck to another of the fake individual lashes, so I was not ripping out my eyelashes there, guys. So now I'm taking the 8 millimeter lash and I am placing that on the back of my hand. And I'll make sure that all of the products that I use, I'll make sure that I list them in the description box below so you can grab them if you want to. So this is going to go on the inner corner of my eye, and for this you're going to have to kind of turn your hand a different way so you can make sure that you follow the way that your natural lashes go. Another tip and trick for this, and for all applying all the lashes, if you have unsteady hands, you can rest your hand up against your forehead or your cheek or wherever it feels most comfortable to be able to place them in the proper way on top of your lashes. So now I'm just kind of filling in and creating a gradient between the inner corner of my eye all the way until, the longer lashes. So basically you just keep building and building and building until you get the depth and the length that you want. You can layer whatever different type or length of lashes that you want, and you can get all kinds of different looks. For me, like I said, this is my more natural look. If you guys want to see one where I go a little bit more glam with it, I can definitely do a video like that, but this is just for the basic technique. Now I'm going back in with my 10 millimeter. I believe that's my 10 millimeter. And I'm going to do a little bit more of filling in throughout the lashes, sticking that on the back of my hand. We're just adding more length and more volume here. And I do recommend when you are doing the lashes on the outside part of your eye that you kind of turn your head to where you're kind of like looking a little bit sideways. That way you can get it on the lash the way that it naturally falls. And then as you practice more and more with the lashes, you'll get better and better and better at it. See how I'm applying the lashes faster and faster now? The more you get used to it, the faster you can apply. And there's the finished natural look. Again, you can add more if you'd like.
Alright guys, so that is it. It's really, really easy. You will have some eyelashes that do fall out and they don't stick the way that they should. That's why we're brushing through them every single time that we go through each layer. If you want to make them more dramatic, you can. You can add, look, I still even have lashes. If you want to add more layers, you're more than welcome to. Just be careful with the glue, because if you add too much glue, then it'll start to irritate your eyes. Like if you can feel the glue, like if your eyelashes, if they don't feel like, how do I describe it? If you can feel knots of glue in your lashes, that's not good. So you want to make sure that whenever you run your fingers through them, that you do not feel knots of glue all over the place. They will still stick with a small amount of glue. Again, I'll probably go back, later on tonight and add in some more of the longer lashes, or maybe fill in a little bit more, but this is for you guys to get the general concept. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it and you found this helpful. Again, this was really, really, really hard to film, especially when you're dealing with glue close to your eye and you have to get really close. So I hope you guys found this helpful, and until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye!